Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. Today I wanted to talk to you about an article that I found. Now, it is specific to Texas, but this program is actually in many states and many counties within those states or parishes or what have you. So even though this is talking about the program in Texas, it's exactly the same in all the different states or very close. So it's important to know what sort of benefits are out there. Now, the counties and parishes or what have you where it would be probably the really small ones because it costs some money to facilitate the program. So it'll be in your more populated areas for sure. Now, what this is called Veterans Treatment Court or Military Diversion Court. So there's two different kind of versions of this collaborative court. And don't be confused by the military diversion court piece. Veterans are also able to be admitted into that program as well. So this is a great resource and a great additional benefit for veterans and military members who may have gotten into a little bit of trouble with the law, and they are able to circumvent some of the process. And at the end, be able to get their situation fully expunged. So a lot of that stuff's going to be in this article to kind of tell the story about it, and hopefully it'll resonate, and hopefully none of you ever need it. But if you did, it's good to know that it's there. And two, if you run across somebody who needs some help, this might be a ticket. Now, I'm going to read it. I'll give you my 2 cents. Chime in where I feel necessary, and we'll move on from there. Hit the thumbs up for me. Subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. If you're not a member, consider joining. It helps the channel, and it helps me find you in the comment section. All right. Here is the headline. Texas court offers rehabilitation program to help military veterans who broke the law. And again, it's more than the Texas court. It's all over. It's all over through the U.S., and they do allude to that in here as well. So, members of the U.S. military returning to civilian life have encountered a range of challenges from joblessness to post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. Now, for those who run afoul of the law, there is a program operating in Fort Worth, Texas, meant to put them on a path toward rehabilitation. And again, it's nationwide. I think it's in the majority of states, and it's in many counties. So, moving on. The Tarrant County Courthouse operates the Veterans Treatment Court every third Thursday of the month. Rather than imposing incarceration, Judge Chuck Vanover administers a rehabilitation program that offers veterans a bargain that puts their guilty pleas on hold if they sign up with a mentor, show up every month, and stay out of trouble. Vanover, who serves in the Texas State Guard, requires that the Veterans Court take a minimum of 10 months. Veterans who complete the mission walk away with their criminal charge expunged. Any trace of it wiped out from their record. Prosecutor Deanna Franzen, a former Air Force member, said many offenses among veterans are alcohol and drug related, and that has a lot to do with them sometimes acting out on demons that they earned while they were serving in their military time. The struggles that they have were because they did things for our country that we needed them to do at that time. And that can't be discounted, Franzen said. Judge Vanover said that after fighting in a war, veterans sometimes have a hard time adjusting to civilian life, where they don't have the camaraderie, the team, the structure, the discipline. The first Veterans Treatment Court was created in Buffalo, New York, 15 years ago. Since then, about 500 specialized courts, collaborative courts, around the U.S. have been created to meet specific needs of veterans. So again, this is a nationwide thing. So check your area. The program in Fort Worth has proven to be successful. Courtney Young, an administrator of the program, said the program has graduated 600 veterans, and the recidivism rate is less than 10%. Significantly lower compared to the general population. A recent report from the National Commission, chaired by former Secretary of Defense Chuck Hagel, revealed that 1 in 3 veterans says they've been arrested at least once, and veterans now make up 8% of the population in state prisons. William Meek, who served in Iraq, said his experience as an infantryman led to head injuries and subsequent struggles during his transition to military life. Meek said after the war he felt angry, and he was later arrested for unlawful carry of a weapon. He decided to try Vanover's treatment court. At first, he thought it would be easier than a traditional punishment, but he found it to be more challenging. Regular probation would have been so much easier, Meek said. The program had such an impact on Meek that the same judge who oversaw his punishment presided over his marriage. Wow. Meek now spends once a week working within the court, where he's seen firsthand how hard the struggle can be. The very first veteran who ever came and asked me to be his mentor, he took his life. Back in the day, so I always tell people, we all have demons. Everybody in this room has demons. But I also tell people, no one in this room is alone, he said. And I think that's where it concludes right there. So pretty touching there at the end. So basically, again, there's 2 different versions. There's Veterans Treatment Court, which is a little more regimented. And then there is the Military Diversion Court, which is a little less regimented. In either case, you go through a program. From my understanding, in this case, the judge set a minimum for his court at 10 months. So that's at the leisure of the judge, apparently, for the minimum time frame. The maximum, from what I could find, was 24 months is the maximum time frame to go through that sort of a program. Now, an example here of somebody who would be admitted into one of those types of programs would be, let's use the example of a veteran who has PTSD, right? And maybe they were self-medicating with alcohol, and then they ended up getting a DUI. So now you can get that DUI expunged by going through treatment court. The treatment court's going to establish some basic parameters and rules. You're going to have a mentor that you check in with. You might check in with a probation officer in a non-formal probation sort of a way. And you would maybe attend AA meetings, that type of stuff, or see a psychologist or what have you, right? So you'll end up working through these different things that get kind of laid out for you in the program. And then once you complete it, whether it's 10 months, 12 months, 16, 18, 24, however long your program is, once you successfully complete it, then the judge deems it to never have occurred, and they wipe out all the court fees and so forth, from my understanding as well. So with that, thanks for watching. Wanted to share that information with you and bring it to your awareness, Veterans Treatment Court and Military Diversion Court. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.